Hello, happy Thursday morning. Welcome to the ABCs, 1, 2, 3s of techniques and stamping ideas with me, Mr. Dress Up. No, I'm just teasing. So that might give you a clue of where I live, though, with saying Mr. Dress Up hint. So my name's Lori LaRose, and I have Access Stamping here on Facebook and Instagram. I do my little reels up, and they're kind of fun, actually. I don't do them nearly as much as I should. I do have painted nails, though, so I should do a couple of them. So yeah, so happy day out there in the world. It's gonna be wonderful. So today we're on P for paper piecing, a technique I actually love, and I was spending a couple seconds before I came on here trying to find actually some of the cards that I've done in the past. And then looking for a set to actually work with. And I have to say, kind of our sets don't 100% work with paper piecing. So definitely it's a good day to pull out. Hi, Sharon. It's definitely a good day to pull out from your old stash. If you're like me, I have been a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for 22 years. Leader in this business that whole time. Holy mackerel. Traveled around the United States with the leaders each year. It was something that actually inspired me, was getting to go once a year on a leadership convention and meeting up all the same gals all the time. It was awesome. All right, so if my internet connection the last couple days has been kind of sucky, so if it's really bad, just maybe go grab a tea and then come back and watch the replay or whatever. But we'll get started. Yeah, I was gonna point out a couple of the different sets that. One set that I think we could use for sure still. This would be kind of a cute one still, the shopping one. And then I'll show you the ones that I actually have gone with. Okay, dokie. All right, here we go. We'll pop us down. I do have my black ink here. That's good. Hi, Keisha. How you doing, hun? All right. So paper piecing. I actually haven't seen your thing yet. Keisha does my, what's that called? Whoa! Get back here a little bit, you crazy pants. Keisha does the graphics for me, and generally speaking, we think she nails them. She's laughing. She said last night, paper piecing isn't a popular world thing, and so there was not a lot of choices. So I didn't actually see which one you used yet. This little gal, if you have her in your repertoire, you can paper piece. So the idea of paper piecing is, there's lots of probably different ways of doing it. I'm going to show you the way I do it is just by filling in spots that can be filled in, if that makes sense. Classic one that I'm going to work with today is, of course, the umbrella days. So I will be filling in. So in essence, paper piecing in my world, sometimes I would even fill in the pants, but a lot of times you can even just color parts of it. So in her case, you don't paper piece her body. Her dress gets paper pieced, and it's so cool. And we had, I'm not sure which gal, there was some gal, and definitely the girls, again, with an umbrella, but those ones were popular to do. So I am going to stamp a couple of these, and I'll show you the idea that I have and go from there. This is not on the proper thing. Okay, that all looks good, I think. I know that's just about out, and that's okay. Sorry. Oh. Puzzle piece. All right. So, trying to think what I did. Oh, my goodness sakes. Okay, so I do a little thing where a lot of times I just stick my guys in here and I leave the backs on. I take off, like I stick this piece down, I peel that off. But if these pieces don't fall off at the same time, I keep them on, and then I know when I actually have used it. And sometimes it's kind of fun. Keisha and I were talking that as we're rapidly coming up, it feels like, although I think we have several more weeks, but we're already at P. So A, we're kind of surprised we're already at P. And B, hi Carrie, how you doing, hon? It's kind of a weird little morning here out on the farm, isn't it? It's kind of wants to be sunny. It's kind of cool. Do you have a fire going up there? We have one here. Carrie made a very cozy looking one. Carrie and I are going for supper tonight, actually. There is a local establishment that actually, this is nice. They have a country music going on and yummy fried chicken, Chimax, and we're going to go for supper tonight. Which, that reminds me, I need to set an earlier appointment. Okay, so now what we're going to paper piece is we're going to stamp on one of these fun little things and turn her coat and her umbrella. So this is definitely going to be her umbrella. It'll be like one of those umbrellas that you buy at the, and then I'll make her coat out of that. So then I'm going to work with the same piece. Okay, I have to tell you, this pains me a little bit because this is one of my favorite pieces from this as well. And so I'm a kind of a bad hoarder because it's like, oh, I love that so much. Maybe I don't want to use it. Oh, Lori, for goodness sakes. But this is like a museum gift shop umbrella if I use it. So I think I need to because it's going to be really pretty. All right, so I will. I've got 3 songs running through my head as I will. All right. So one way that I can save a little tiny bit of this, and it probably is not a bad idea, is I will. All right. I'll just put this down here. All I want is the umbrella part stamped, essentially. And I'd like it up on this part, so. But I do need it. Yeah, I think so. We'll do it here. And I think I need to do it at an angle. And we'll go for it. There we go. So I'm going to stamp that in the black. Oh, yeah, that's going to be nice. And then we're going to take our sharp little scissors, which I have yet actually to find my original ones. They've been misplaced a little somewhere. And hi, Marianne, you made it again. And then when we're going to cut, I cut on the inside of the line because I have stamped the image and I'm going to lay it inside the one. And I don't know why, but it seems to be pretty good. So either right on the line or on the inside. And then that little black part there gets to become part of, like that stays part of it. So wait until you see this. It's pretty cool. It might be a little bit slow process. Anyways, yes, so the weather report here in Rocky, I'm just going to snip across here because it's way easier than working with the full piece. And on the inside. And it's a bit of a hard habit to get started on because, of course, either we leave a little white space or we cut right on the outside of the line. We don't cut away the black part, but we want to cut away the black part, I think. And there's probably all sorts of different ways of doing paper piecing. This is the way I like to do it. And then you lay that in there and it becomes part of the scene. Look, it is one of those things. And I will be gluing as I go. I was going to say, that is supposed to hit bang on. I did not make any mistakes. So why is it not? Why am I seeing some white? There should be no white. So you are going to see me glue today. And look, if you actually could see both sides of this, this would be a pretty inside of it too. All right, so this takes a little quiet and there. Perfect. Kind of fun, hey? I'm going to color her pants right now because when I paper piece in, it will be sort of, you'll jut up against it constantly and that won't be as fun. And her hair, oh, I will say that little details like her hair on her coat actually makes this, things like that make that a little bit more hard. Does that make sense what I'm trying to say? But anyways. Okay. So yes, if this was paper piece, then adding that little bit is a little hard. So that was Misty Moonlight, one of my favorite blues. Kind of excited. There's a new blue coming to town, and I think I'm going to quite like it. Although it's quite dark, and I'm wondering. I'm hoping that it'll be a good one. That's what I guess I'm saying. Sometimes the dark stuff is harsh. Okay, I'm going to do her boots in something because I think that'll be kind of fun, but I wouldn't need to. Her hair, actually, okay, I am curious. We're going to see. What did I do with that piece? I'm thinking I'm going to do her body, her jacket from there, and that'll be nice. That'll keep this to a minimum. I will still be able to use some of this. So with my new black ink pad, which is a old white, it's not old, it's a new white piece. Okay. So there that is. And actually her boots almost might work, but probably not. It'll be probably too much. So, okay, so I'm going to do it this way. Should get all of her body in there, and I'm going to be good on that. Nice. This would also have made a nice umbrella, period, but okay, let me clean up this little mess here. So that doesn't transfer over. Perfect. And I never noticed that she has no hands. Her elbow is going in like this a little bit. Okay, I have to say, I'm kind of laughing. I'm at least 6 inches. Okay, that works okay. I don't know where I was as far as you guys go. My glass mat, I guess, I don't know, through the days of moving. Okay, remember, I'm going on the inside of the black line. If you are learning stuff from me, you must learn inside of the black line, inside. And currently I'm going to leave her hair on there. I think I'm just going to color her hair on here. And if I do it dark, so sometimes you cut around it, but I think then her hair is going to be odd for the texture, because if you think about it, definitely her hair would be sticking out on top of her coat. It should not be sunk in. Do you know what I mean? So, and you do not want to cut too inside the line. You don't want any white showing, obviously. I think one little hint as you get started with this, you could quickly color. This is not a bad idea. Whether you do a darker color, which I'll just do today with some Missy thing, or if you did even a pinky color, if you just actually traced around your outside, then you'd have spots where it's like, okay, if I messed up, it'll just be a darker color in there, and people won't have any idea that there won't be white, is I guess what I'm trying to say. So yeah, I think I'm going to just color her hair on there. I think that'll work really well. I'll color it really fast actually to see with one of my fabulouses. I really love the skin tones that we have. But I think this is dark enough totally to make the color doesn't matter. Do you know what I mean? The pink I can't see, and yet I can still see that it's hair. Perfect. That's going to be nice. Do have to cut up this little tiny slit. And that's why I colored right there on her too, because I knew I was going to cut this little slit. This is a very slow process. It's like when we did dress-up dolls. Do you know, again, I'm showing my age at 58. Paper dolls. I used to love them. Okay, can I confess? I am a bit of a crazy person, and I'm pretty sure I still have, and I may have gotten rid of them finally now, because really my grandkids do not need them. I have no grandkids. Some people already would have old grown-up grandkids. They'd be saving them now for the great-grandkids, for goodness sakes. But yeah, my girls were not keen on them. I actually had some from my childhood that I shared with them. Okay, so now this is going to go in here, and it's going to go, it's not going to notch right up to the umbrella. I need to have it be on where it belongs on the coat. Do you know what I mean? All right. So here is a perfect example, whereas if I had that little blue, right? So I'm going to come in there actually, and while it's still wet, can you see that little white piece? It's still slightly wet. I can lift it up just a smidgen. I'm just gonna, okay, that's what I get for being too fast, but that's okay. I just was putting a dot in there. And unfortunately, as I was doing it, my dot, that's a commercial timeout for blends. The blends caps are square. Inside of the blends cap, there is a circle though that this goes into. Don't just ram it in there. You'll hurt your little blend tips if you try to get them on, or if you try to put it onto your glue cap. It does the same thing. It doesn't actually fit. So if you put the little blend tips where they don't belong, well, I'm kind of sad about that. I might be able to half fix it with a white. Excuse me for a second. Oh, I wish I could mute while I'm blowing my nose. Oy, oy, oy. Oh, okay. I'm just going to not worry about it. But anyways, okay. So there she is. And now her little boots. Of course, I always am a sucker for yellow boots. So could I just continue to work from this one? No. I'm teasing. So I can just color her boots. And she would be quite snazzy. I think she probably will do to have... I'd like, ooh, some dark purple boots might be nice. Green boots, you guys? What are you thinking? Ooh, teal boots. That's, oh no, those don't look good. Too many choices, right? Pink, to me, it's just too much like her coat. That's why I'm having trouble with that. What did I think? At one point, I had one of them out here, and I should have just went with it. I like the idea of yellow boots. Okay, so I can show very quickly. What do I have here? Dark lemon and light lemon, good. I can show what it would look like to be yellow. Since I have them. And hopefully that also gives you an idea. Orange is opposite. Okay, thanks, Carrie. I'm going to do it. Yay. Look at you doing color. Do you know, you are so vogue. Carrie is actually not a huge Stampin' Up! Girl, but she has nailed the essence of what everybody just came back from a Stampin' Up! Convention care. And there was a whole discussion, like a whole, oh, I was going to stamp on here instead of on here. There was a whole discussion on color theory based on the wheel. And we actually have a wheel in our catalog and everything. You are so clever. I'm so lucky to have you in my life. And basically you're just like, dang it, just do it, Lori. Oh, okay. That's going to be cute. Okay, so again, I don't think you need to do it. And you'll see how cool it is that you don't actually need to. You don't have to worry. Sometimes, you know, I stress about the texture. You'll hear me talking about, oh, it's not the right texture. And if you guys think you're off the hook, because I'm just about to finish this gal and I'm not going to totally finish this card, you're wrong. No, just teasing. I actually have... So I will, okay, I have three things I want to say as I'm cutting here. I actually want to do a totally different card, totally different. And I don't know if I've ever done one like this, so that I'm kind of excited. I read somewhere Vincent van Gogh said, do the things you can't to learn. No, do the things, I don't know how it went, but basically it was like, me doing this paper piecing. Okay, I have done what I'm doing right now quite a few times, but I haven't done what the next thing is. So learn more, basically. Do what you can't to learn what, this is not what you won't though. So I don't know what the quote is. I'm gonna have to find it for you. And so that's the truth. Okay, so now there's that little guy. What I'm worried about is, did I cut off that little tiny piece there? Oh, I did. And that's the thing, is this can be so tiny. Can you see that little tiny? I don't know if you can. That piece right there was supposed to be, like, I knew that I needed it. But fortunately, it's colored yellow, so we'll be okay. It'll be just fine. Yeah, but see, it totally is there. So, red. But I do have an orange here. Another little dot. I'm going to do it before I glue. That's cute. Also, the soles of these boots, I'm going to paint black before I put it on here. And again, I could cut off the sole and color it black on there. I think in this case, the height dealio, it's probably important to do it. And I have to say, Smoky Slate is so light that it doesn't cover up over top of anything. I was trying to cover up some stuff on an airplane the other day, and it wasn't working very well. And I kind of feel like I want that thing to be black. Okay, so we'll glue those guys on, and then I'm going to leave this guy. Isn't he cute? Or she, rather, in this case. Or, I guess, really, braided hair person could be anybody. This braided hair person I'm going to go with. Okay. So, the one thing to learn and take away from this, I think anyways, you do not need to worry about the pants. In my mind, it does not need to be all the same level. I did have to pay attention to me cutting away. The ponytail didn't make sense, but most of the time, and if I'd actually done this little gal wherever she went, well, I'll never find her again, but somewhere I had that little gal, their skin tone looks great. I've done multiple people where I dress them, but I don't, what do you call it? Okay, so that's super fun. I'm going to bring in a different set, and let's see how it goes. And I'll maybe make or may not make a card. I need to go skating today. This one, Thankful Garden, new stamp set just arrived, so I want to play with it. But I thought, this might be fun. And to make it even more fun, I'm thinking of doing it, and I already even picked them out, so it'll be fast. But to do them in plaids, let's see how that works. Do you think that's going to be exciting? I think it's going to be. So one of the thoughts is to have bigger spaces. I'm not going to multiply this up. The detail will all be on there. We'll see. I might do one extra layer, but I'm not expecting to. Holy mackerel, how big is this? Holy cow, you guys. This is 75% size. Look how big that is. Okay, I get fooled by that all of the time. I had no idea this was so big. Look how big this is. All right, Stampin' Up! Is kind of going towards some crazy memory keeping and scrapbooking, which was my first my first heart. Is that what you say? It's how I kind of got started 1,000 years ago. Back in 1999 was the first time that I started kind of scrapbooking with my daughter's stuff, and very, very close to signing up with them in 2000. And I kind of didn't, obviously. And Stampin' Up! Came along that same year in 2001. Yes, 2000. And they come in 2002, probably, the spring of 2002. Anyways, I started in 2000. Yes, this October I'll be 23. 2002, September. I was introduced to Stampin' Up! And I was like, oh, I am so doing that. That's way fun. Okay, so you do need to have a stamped image that you're going to stamp, because again, you're stamping on the inside. So it's, this paper piecing is brought to you by, this paper piecing isn't, I think the other way that you do paper piecing, here is another way that you could do paper piecing, sort of. Where you literally are adding pieces to create the shape that you want, I think. Aw, thanks, Carrie. I see that now. All right, so now I'm going to stamp, and I'm hoping that I don't think there'll be any problem now. I was a little concerned when you're wanting to have a pattern, you need to have a pattern that will fit inside your small, like that you'll still see the pattern in the size of what you're working with. And initially I was kind of umming and ahhing about this pattern, but clearly I don't think I need to worry about the size of the pattern when this thing is so honking large. So I'm going to put those guys on here. Hopefully it looks cool. And to some degree, I don't know if you'll know until I cut it out how cool it's going to look. And I am kind of wondering if I want to stamp again and put these little guys inside. But That's a little pedantic-y. We'll see. Okay, cutting inside the line. This little black ink pad is making me scared. Oh my gosh, don't cut. Don't get crazy. There is no rushing this game, by the way. So tell me a story. You guys, talk amongst yourselves while I'm cutting. And you're like, well, if you picked that all out, why didn't you at least start cutting it out? You could have pretended and just showed us and then went by the magic of television. Yes, I could have, but that would have involved far more. Actually, a few different people say that they craft sort of laying awake at night kind of, right? And it's true. So I was running through my stamp sets and thinking, what am I going to make? And so I basically just came down to the, all right, so I am going to have to cut. It's a good thing you have the thing. I just was wondering. Oh, hang on a second. Oh, isn't that interesting? This looks really bigger than on there. But anyways, I can fine tune some of the cutting as I go as well. So again, inside of the line, I think it'd be really good if all of you went and grabbed a cup of tea. So I cannot rush this process. Okay, it's sort of sad to me that I'm just going to cut right through to here. That the lines are not solid is okay. That's why you have that stamp there. What is that other kind of paper piecing? Now, I'm going to just leave these two pieces together. I'm going to make this one piece. Possibly, well, obviously, if I was going to make them two different colors, I would definitely cut them apart. I am going to color the stems and put some leaves on, I think. We'll see how that looks. I think it'll be good. So anywhere that you would color is where you're cutting out at this point. So a couple days ago, I was telling a story and I segued off somewhere and couldn't remember what I had started to talk about as I talked about other stuff. And I actually went back while I was putting it over. Okay, this one's a little hard because I cut up and in. Oh, yay. That was the same over there. What am I doing here? I'm going to go up a little bit tighter here. Sorry, guys. But yeah, well, I was putting it over onto the YouTube channel. So Facebook is getting rid of old videos now, and all of our new lives are just being held for 30 days. So pretty soon they'll start to fall off. So anyways, I'm starting to put them over onto YouTube finally. It's the impetus, is that the word that I'm trying to look for? That's making me stretch, again, my wings and do... I think some of my problem with my cutting right now, honestly, why I'm being so really pedantic, the black on here, I think, is messing with my brain, honestly. I'm like, why are you taking so long to cut this, Lori? Well, because I can't see the lines. I can see the lines, but there's a whole bunch of extra black lines. And it's flowers. It's not, and then there's no lines. So then I'm like faking that I know where I'm supposed to be cutting. These are hard flowers to cut out. Don't start with these guys, you guys. I'd like you to have instant success. And the other little one that I thought would be cute, but they're hard, and I did do them once. These little guys, I don't think I've done her shirt. That would be easy, but I've done this little damn shirt. And I don't even know if I did that one. Maybe I'm lying to you. Probably looked at it. Anyways, the smaller it is, the dinkier it is the less cool it is. But I have done coffee cups. Like people when they're drinking the coffee cups. Now I'm cutting the opposite way to boot from what I like to cut. So now I'm really in trouble. This should be the good way because I can totally see the black line. But anyways, do you guys have a favorite way of cutting? And Carrie is left-handed, so she would cut totally different again. This is probably her good way. Which side you like to see the black line on? Okay, that is going to be perfect. And I am not going to do it today, because it's taking way too long. I might, maybe. I kind of am thinking, I'll show you what I'm thinking, to stamp this again. And just do one. Hang on a second. Where's that piece of paper? Boy. So all I'm doing here with that kind of stuff, I'm just trying to save my paper, right? Because you have to stamp the whole images, right? So, and before I get that on either my sleeve or the world, we are the world. So I have found the coolest guy. Carrie, have you seen him? I need to actually link you because you probably like him. He lives in the Yukon and he dances. I think he might be, let me get my religions correct. Sikh. I think he might be a Sikh. And he dances a joyful dance every morning. And I can't wait till it becomes spring up there. I'm not sure when it will become spring in the Yukon. But he dances just this joyful dance every morning. I really, really enjoy it. So I watch Brian Martin dance. And now this is somebody new that I can watch. This is why I'm not totally going to do it. Because, see, I'm really having to refer to there to see where the heck I'm supposed to be cutting these things. And it's really, there's too much black. Even though there's no black on this piece, so I don't know what my excuse is. Please start with a very simple outline, and then you'll have huge success. You'll be doing this forever after. Oh, that's not supposed to get cut. Okay, good to know. Oy, oy, oy. And this did get cut. Yes, it did. And it's going, I don't know. There's no final line. Do you know what I mean? So then it's like, I don't know. Where do I turn this off? These two are pretty subtle to boot, but. And again, you don't need to have the black line on your paper. You want the black sort of to be on there. But anyways, okay. I think this is kind of cool. Did it work? It did. I'm going to glue that on there. Because I thought, well, I wonder how it would look. So I'm trying to paper art, pop art, punch art. Punch art, I think, is, what the heck, you guys? I didn't cut any of that. See, I'm so in trouble. Now I'm working against the clock. That was kind of crazy. Did any of you see that? And doing two of these is also hard, can I say? It's a very large area. Oy. Yeah, so punch art. This is not punch art. This is paper piecing. That's fun. And now, this little guy. Okay, I have to say, I'll show you. I think I will put, I think I need to put something on there, but I think it needs to be, I thought it'd be enough just to be a smaller design, a smaller pattern, but I think it needs to be brighter. So I'm not going to glue that on. I'll put one little tiny dab just to show that I'm going to have that, but I'm going to want to do it in a brighter color. So this is the plaids that are available right now. And I was laughing because they're quite cute. I actually think one of these fun colors. I think that some of these are, like I think this is wild wheat and mauve. But look at it, I almost used that. Isn't that one pretty? Whoa, that'd be so pretty. But I thought it was way too big of a pattern. Now for how big this is, see how much bigger of a pattern it is than that one? And so that is a consideration. So that's a hot tip. Hot tip, hot tip. Pay attention. Anyways, so I'm like looking at the colors on the back. So this is a little folder we made a little while ago, just a cute little folder. And you literally glue your piece on here. And I'm looking at the colors and I'm like, Omni Blue and Berry Burst. And this is weird. These don't seem like those kind of colors. And then all of a sudden, finally I read, oh, this is a, I've already used up one. I'm reusing it and I didn't put the new one on. You can just glue a new one on continually, basically, right? Anyways. They're very, very pretty. And I just thought, how fun. what a contrast. Ooh, that one's gorgeous. To put, that's gorgeous. To use a check pattern for our things. So, okay. So now I'm going to do some leaves. And I will say, I think I'll just do these couple leaves. This is really long. And then I'll let you go. Class is out. Class is dismissed. Well, okay, I don't know why I'm not stamping all of them, though, because clearly I'm going to have to stamp all of them. Okay, here we go. Good gracious. I'm just trying to paper save. But it's not. What won't work is if you're trying to paper save and you don't end up doing any of it, you won't be happy either. Okay. I like it. Oh, that's totally off the screen there, or off the sheets. Yeah, that's good. Kind of far away. All right. I'll bring her back in. She's super cute. So are any of you guys doing this right now as you're like talking to me? You're like, yeah. Now, is this one any easier? Maybe the color is easier. This one, I'm going on the inside of this line for sure. And see, there's no line here. What? Oh, okay. I have done some difficult ones, I thought. Some really tiny ones in my life. But this one, all the little curves and bits. This is, yeah, I am only going to do this one leaf. I would tell you right now. Now, the curious thing, as I was doing this, I was like, okay, so I'm not going to do the stems. I'm going to leave the stem on for right now because really, it's not the end of the world. Okay, and then I'll do this one, and I'll cut down. I'm 96% sure I don't want to do the leaf, or the stem. But only 96% sure. For right now, I'll cut this just so that it's there. If I decide to do this, there you guys, where's a natural break? This is a natural break. Better than on the smooth long sheet. So if I decide to do this one, I will be set. I might still end up cutting the whole thing. Okay. Just because it's going to take way too long. I don't think I want the leaves. I think that'll just be weird. Sorry, the stems. I do get rid of excess pieces of paper as I'm cutting because I feel like it helps clear the space for me. All right. Now I'm cooking with fire, as they'd say. So to be perfectly fussy, you kind of want to cut away this black line. Like you want the black lines to be on the paper. Does that make sense? But that's in a perfect world. And I'll come back to that one in a second. And better probably to err on the side of having a black line than being too far in. And I'm pretty sure this is cutting off there. So this little guy definitely needs to get trimmed up here. And this guy. So my question, why I started then cutting out the stem, I'm 96% sure I do not want the stem. All right, so it's not bad at all, actually. My query is, what color would I want the stem? I'm not really sure what color blue this is, actually. I'm not sure if it's, I brought in Pool Party. It must be, not Pool Party, Lost Lagoon and this, because then I can cut this out and I'm going to make the card. You guys, I'm not sure if I don't not like the stem. What do you guys think of the stem in there? It might actually work, hey? Anyways. All right, and then there is, so this set actually has sorry, I just really, I'm kind of stuck, actually. I don't mind this. And in reality, I really thought I would like to have the stem colored. And I was kind of, well, do I want it to be this dark? Okay, so let's do this. And then my question would be, what if this is too dark? Okay, I'm going to put it on the leaf, actually, instead. And I'm thinking, would the stems be darker than the... What color is this? Is dark, but pretty peacock. So hang on one second. I'm just trying to find my proper colors. Is this a peacock? Light peacock. Okay, my lagoon. That's what I really want. Okay. Oh, and faux pas right now. I'm coloring. I definitely want to see this, as you're going to see now. I can't kind of get up without hitting my paper, right? So you definitely want to lay down your color before. And this is not anything bad at this point for this. Because, why? Because I said so. Because if I cut inside the line wrong, we're going to have the color in there anyways if I do end up lining it. So now what I'm wondering is, oh, you know what? I think I like the whole thing, which then that becomes a totally different card than what. To me, then this is a completely different card. The whole thing's pieced, and somehow or another that becomes quite a different card than this. But anyways, okay, I'm going to piece this on here, and I will be happy. Because I'm not, you see what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to put this on here without there, and I don't think I like it. Largely the color, this is too smooth, and anyways. All right. Did I not put the lid on here? Because it's not wanting to glue for me right now. Dot, 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 dot. Little bits of glue. Keisha, you'll have to get Tori to watch me putting little tiny bits of glue. Tori is a young niece, and she is a delight. She's a crafting genius, and she is crafting with Auntie, and was supposedly learning how to glue the other day when I was watching. And I have no idea why. There. Hang on one second. I've got some white showing there. Not happy with that. Put a little glue down because I need to. My line was sort of weird there. Okay. All right, so you can imagine. Very pretty though, hey? That is very pretty. All right, and then with this set, there is this is actually kind of a cool one. Oh, where's my dies? Rats, you guys. There are, for this actual stamp set, there's masks, which will be super fun to work with. But there are dies, and that's actually, I wanted to cut this out and put it onto a piece. Where are my dies? Oh, for goodness sakes. Okay, so Friday nights when I'm missing things. She likes lots of glue. Yes, she does. Oh, and you don't have her today, actually, do you? Holiday. Okay, did anybody see me? I did not show you. Oh, you know what? I put it away already. Oh, I did because I cut these pieces out. Okay, hang on. So I know exactly where it is. I'll be right back. I'm just going to cut this out. And then there'll still be that white around there, right? And then we'll put together a little card, half pretend. And you guys can carry on across the English song. So I was watching somebody reiterate songs, the lyrics, like wrong lyrics the other day, a comedian. And I was laughing so hard. I had to go down and re-show, like watch the first 2 minutes. I think it was going to be a 4-minute thing. So I was laughing. So I went down and rewound it and then started to show the whole thing back to Carrie. And we were laughing. Some of the stuff he was saying. I actually, part of the reason I went down was to say to Carrie, what is it supposed to be? Because like, I'm not hearing anything except what he's saying it is. And like, you know, Celine Dion's something, Carrie. And the way my brain works, I can't even sing it for you because I have no idea. A couple of them, of course, were like totally wrong words. Like begging for birdseed, but it's not a popular song. So it was, and I think he knew that, but he just had to bring it in because it was so funny. Macy Gray or something. Begging for birdseed, but of course she couldn't have been, but I wasn't sure what she was saying instead. So, all right, that is super fun. I like that. And then I think that would be too much to put it onto a pattern piece of paper. I brought over a piece. So this will be not a finished card by any stretch, but it'll have some contrast and some loveliness. And I even have the, look, I was a little prepared. I had picked out the plaids, and I picked out these guys. No, I'm saying there's contrast and there won't be enough. But some extra leaves in there. How cool is that? All right, so I definitely need, I can't use that piece because that'll be bad. Hold on one second. Oh, she says. Oh, this will work, kind of. So we'll finish that off. It just takes me a little while to cut, obviously. And we can add in some extra little somethings. That'll be so pretty. Put these guys over here. Nope, I definitely want to be over there. This is pretty. Pretty. All right, and then a little word. And I'll finish that girl off. I'm actually going to add in, there's a little person as well in their world. Wah! And so I'll add the little person in and do the same thing. They won't get as fancy of an umbrella. They're going to get a plainer one. Maybe they'll get a plaid umbrella. I'm not sure. Anyways, but yes. So those are my 2 cards. Watch for them getting finished up. Super cool. So that's paper piecing, you guys. Kind of fun. This doesn't even look like paper piecing the way I've done it. It looks like I am a heck of a watercolorer, I think. But anyways, super fun. All right, gals, I'll let you go. Thank you for hanging out with me. And give this a try because I think it's kind of fun, right? All right, let you go. Have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow night, live at 8, party time, cocktail and cards. It'll be great. Bye.